Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of my forever survival world here in Vintage Story. Hopefully you're all having a great day. I'm having a fantastic day. Let's see, it is November 4th here, so we are getting pretty close to winter time. Where is my... there we go. We're not doing that no more. Let's see here. 9.1 years. We'll do this cranberry wine here to start off with. So first of all, I do want to let you guys know that there are a couple new mods added to the mod pack. Nothing game changing, but big shout out to Critcher from the mod hub. He ended up forking over the tools require rope mod, so we now have that mod. Ooh, check that out. Check out the new forge. I forgot to look at this. I forgot the forge model got updated. So we're going to be playing around with this today and the new mechanics. So we do have the tools require rope mod now. Thank you to Critcher. Big shout out to them for doing that. Greatly appreciate it. So the other one is the less aggressive bear mod. So then we don't get jumped by bears in the middle of nowhere. So because bears are not bloodthirsty animals in real life, so this kind of makes them a little bit more realistic. So those are the two new mods added to the mod pack. Second thing, we're getting rid of this. I was thinking about this on the time that I didn't record, which I did want to say that I do apologize for the lack of videos over the past week. It's just been a hectic week, and this is not my full-time job. This is just a hobby that I do. It's just something that I enjoy doing. So we're gonna change this, and let's see. We're gonna grab that. We're gonna change this. I'm gonna end up just doing a chimney here. So we're gonna do that. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep this or not, keep this base or not. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna put it in like a chest for right now, or a trunk for right now. Man, I love the wintertime in this game, but I also don't like the wintertime in this game. So let's just put all of this in here. I don't want to go through having to remake all of these into blocks if we're just going to reuse them. So we'll just do that for right now. And if we decide to use them in the new cabin, then we will do that. I might use the base in the new cabin. I don't know for sure what I'm going to do, but alright, so let's start. We're going to grab one of these ingots. Now, we can actually do 4 of these ingots with 1 piece of charcoal, except charcoal doesn't get up to 1300 degrees Celsius anymore. So what we might do is, and really I don't have, we might just waste a piece of charcoal, honestly. Because I don't really know what else to create, essentially, because we have... I could create another pickaxe. Let's see, I could create another chisel, another axe, and another pickaxe along with the thing that we're gonna make, because in the last episode, yesterday in-game, I messed up that beam, so we need a crowbar in order to get this beam off. We don't need it. Oh, jeez, oh, Pete's. We need this crowbar, because it's a lot easier to get those off now in 1.22 than to actually break every single beam. So, and I only have, so, whoop. So let's grab these 2 here, and then let's do that. Check that out. That's awesome. I love that new texture instead of just having the, flat base model on there or the flat model on there, and it even lights up. That's awesome. Now we can put whatchamacallit on the sides here, but we're not going to do that. So we'll probably finish up one of these hammers here. So as you can see at the top, there's also a timer with the amount of hours that we have for fuel. So, which is really cool. I love the new tooltips on there. You have the actual fuel that's in there, how long you have until it actually like stops burning, how much the fuel lasts for. And then it also has the actual temperature up there and the contents. So that's really cool that they added in 1.22. But we're going to create a crowbar here, and then we're also going to create another chisel because we're going to need that chisel. So 750 is going to be the top piece. So let's see, where is this iron wrench, spear, iron tongs? We're also going to need that, but where is the crowbar at? There it is. So let's do here, boom. Hopefully I don't. Yep, and there we go. Hopefully I don't need 2 ingots for this. I have a feeling I'm going to need 2. I don't think I would need 2. Oh, geez, okay. We're gonna need that now. We're gonna need that now because let's do a chisel here, because now once it gets under a certain degree, now we can't. Oh, that's gonna make it a little bit more difficult now. Alright, so there is the iron chisel. We got about a half hour left. Too cold to work. Alright. Let's grab another piece of charcoal here. We're gonna have to create a bellows. Alright, so that's what it's called, I believe. So, bellows. We're gonna need we'll grab a small bellows, which we're gonna need. We're probably gonna do that today. So, I was not aware of this. I know you could do copper for a while, but not iron. I think you need a lot more heat. All right, and then yeah, we're gonna need a bellows for sure, which means that this has to move. We're gonna have to redo some of this, so which we're getting by here, but it slows you down, and I don't, I want to be as efficient as possible. So with the bellows, we can pump air in there, get more heat. There we go. And we got fuel for about 1 more hour. So, all right. Whoops. That's where I was wondering where that went. All right. So we're gonna have to do that. It's a good thing we do have. Actually, I'm gonna need these tongs real quick. Let's see here. Will this shatter if I? No, it won't. Okay. Yeah, a lot of new forging mechanics in this update. So we're going to have to redo this. I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. I might... Yeah, we'll have to think about that. Let's work on that, shall we? Okay, so we're just gonna do, we're not gonna do, we could do a crude hide bellows. And we can use a large pelt, which we do have, I believe. Yes, we do. Whoop. So we could do burn temperature. I use raise the temperature to work. I don't know exactly if this is going to be like, obviously we can afford this. I think the large one uses I think you need a small one in order to create a large one, but obviously we can afford the small one. But we're not going to be here that much longer, I don't think, because once we get the Resonance Archives, once we complete that, we're going to be finishing off that base over there, and then we're going to be moving on to our main base. So I think, honestly, I think the crude one would be the best to go. So what is the recipe for that? Because I don't have that memorized. So we're going to need a large hide, couple ropes, 8 sticks, which we have plenty of materials for that. So let's do that. And these bellows, or this bellow would, whoops, let's do that. Here, is this dry? No, it's only 32% dry. Okay. Let's grab here. Let's grab, we're gonna need, I think, is it 2 ropes, I think? And then we're gonna have to grab some sticks. There we go. I think we're gonna get to that in the next episode. I don't know. It's 12:30, so we'll see how this works. All right. So crude bellows. We're gonna need. Let's see here. Whoop, nope. We're gonna need this. Move this here. All right. Here, 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 here. Boom, bam. There we go. All right. Let's take a look at this real quick. Nice. All right. And then we're going to have to actually get rid of that right there. And then we might be able to put that right there. That looks so ugly. So we'll probably have to change the design for this. But that's probably going to be what it looks like until I can figure out how to make that look good. We may just end up taking that out. I don't know. We'll put that right there. have to figure out a plan for this off camera. But this kind of looks disgusting a little bit. So, but it's... Yeah, it's fine. Alright, so... Let's see. We have all these iron blooms. We have these nuggets. We need more of these, more hematite. Let's work on it. I don't know. We'll test that when we get done here. But we do have a crowbar. I did not need a piece of rope. And then we'll also put that in there somewhere. Let's put that there. All right. Let's test off this new crowbar. There we have. So, do we need... Yes, I know. Wow, that was easy. Okay. That worked out great. Also got another one right here. So, if you guys didn't know how to do that, you just hold down the right mouse button until it pops off. And it looks like it doesn't take any durability, which is awesome. Oh, it does. Oh, it does have durability. And we can quench it. So we'll have to get into that as well. Let's do some more here. I do want to grab some lunch. Let's see here. Lunch. We got one more serving of scrambled eggs and carrots. Let's do that. Delicious. All right, and then we have 22 hours. Yeah, I think that's just gonna go to rot, unfortunately. I got a little gun-ho on that. All right, and then we'll grab more of that. So... Alright. Whoop. Crud. Okay, where is my... Oh, it's in my inventory. Okay. Alright, so it needs to be... Let's go here. And then... Right there. I might need to move this over. And then right there. Yes, that looks good. All right, so we're gonna just gonna move this over. Oh, that also does remind me too. I also got another mod, which it doesn't work to showcase it, but one of Salty's mods, it's the hand, like when you look at the sun, the seraph will put their hand over their face, so to kind of block out the sun a little bit. So I also got that mod as well. So 3 new mods, so I do apologize for that. I don't know why these guys are like so like crazy to get away. Are there still piglets? Or are they now like this until like Gen 10 or something? That's kind of annoying. Because now I have to figure out a whole new way to butcher them, at least Gen 1s and the Gen 2s, and to herd them into new pens. Because they were very chill before, unless they had babies, which was fine. Now that's going to be a whole lot more difficult, and I don't think I can lead them now, because if I put them on a lead rope, they're just going to alt for me, so... and I don't really want to do that. And then let's grab you. Yeah, I love winter in this game, but I don't like the fact that it's so dark. Like, it's so dark and gloomy. Like, it's 4 o'clock and it's already, like, nighttime. Like, I don't like that at all. I'm honestly on the wrong side. Ow. My ankles. I am on the wrong side. I need to be on the other side. But yeah, let me know in the comments. I think I asked this in a previous episode, but let me know in the comments. Is this natural behavior now? Or is that like a bug? Because hopefully it's a bug. Because that's going to be hard to separate. Which I didn't know that. If I knew about that, I would have separated the piglets from... Which is what I'm going to be doing now. Is I'm going to be separating the piglets from the... Well, should I... Or should I put it... Well, we'll put it right here. I'm going to be separating the piglets when they're born now. And we get to use our crowbar again. Sweet. There we go. All right. I think what we're going to do is we're going to start over here because I have a better view of over here. There we go. Beams are hard to work with. Oh, nice. Oh, and that one's not centered. Ooh, okay. That is way off. All right. We need to redo this one and this one. Is this one good? Yeah, that one's good. Okay. Jeez. I could leave and just say that it's sagging, but we want things to look nice. All right. Okay, and then, oh man, I love this crowbar. It makes things so much more easier to mess with these. All right. It is calm, so we are going to continue working outside. And I'm not losing any body heat at all. Which I would think I would be. With 2 degrees Celsius, I would be losing body heat because I'm not wearing any winter clothes. Gonna hurt. nice cushy snow to fall on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Probably gonna need 6. That looks like that is about halfway up. One more right there. And then let's try this one more time, shall we? Go here. And then right there. Now, is that centered? Yes. That is centered. Okay. Except that's not at all connected. I might, yeah, I'm gonna have to do it from this side. And that took out both. Cool. Okay, well that was the first. Let's see here. Let's make this easier for myself. Let's do that. Let's go. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll take that. And then we will go right here. Nope. Go right there. And then halfway up the block. Go boop, right there. Alright. And then now we just need to do the other side, and the bottom layer is done. The reason why I'm not using a shovel is because the shovel animation is really slow, so it's actually quicker to do this by hand. I do want to try out the new snow shovel as well. I think there's a new snow shovel. We'll get this last beam in, and then we'll call it good for a day. And then I'm thinking we're going to do some hunting tomorrow. Is that 6? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, that's 6. Okay. All right. Let's see here. You might have to redo that one because I think there is another. Yeah, we're gonna have to redo this one here. Okay, but that's gonna wait until tomorrow because it's starting to get late. Let's grab some late dinner here. Oh, I forgot my bowls up here. And then this is the next one. Scrambled egg with French onions. Or fresh onions, not French onion. And there we go. And then we'll just stick this right there for right now. Awesome. And then let's grab ourselves a drink. Awesome. We'll finish up this windmill tomorrow. Now that we actually have an idea of... Well, actually, I have an idea of what I'm doing. So, thank you all so much for watching this episode. Sorry it was a little bit boring, but hopefully you all enjoyed it. We'll see you all tomorrow. God bless.